Pakistan and Saudi Arabia have signed a major mutual defense agreement. It's a move that significantly strengthens a decades-long security partnership amid heightened regional tensions. The deal, titled Strategic Mutual Defense Agreement, was signed by Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman and Pakistan's Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif in Riyadh. It declares that any attack on either country will be treated as an attack on both. The two countries have had long-standing military, financial and strategic ties, and this deal only elevates that into a formal treaty-like framework. But the most significant aspect of this agreement is that it legally allows Pakistan's nuclear arsenal to be considered in the defense of Saudi Arabia if required. That underscores the seriousness of the alliance, but it also raises questions over potential regional consequences. Until now, much of Pakistan-Saudi defense cooperation has been informal or through collaborative training and funding. This pact makes it legally more concrete that an attack on one is an attack on both. That raises stakes in the regional security dynamics as well. With rising tensions in the Middle East, Saudi Arabia is looking to diversify its security partnerships, and this pact with Pakistan is a signal of seeking partners beyond traditional ones. The nuclear implications are worrisome, because Pakistan is a nuclear-armed state. The arrangement raises questions about how nuclear deterrence might be implicated. Would Pakistan extend its nuclear umbrella to Saudi Arabia under certain conditions or all? Even if this is not explicitly stated, the potential has keeping many regional powers on tenterhooks. India is also keeping a close watch. In fact, Ministry of External Affairs has said that New Delhi remains committed to protecting India's national interests and ensuring comprehensive national security in all domains. The statement asserts that India will study the implications of this development for not just our security, but also for regional and global stability. This agreement is significant as it comes at a time when relations between India and Pakistan have nosedived in the aftermath of the Pahalgam terror attack and India's counter-strike Operation Sindoor. The deal between Saudi and Pakistan adds new pressures on deterrence. It could force India to rethink its no-first-use stance and speed up arsenal upgrades. A more emboldened Pakistan could tilt scales during regional disputes. But that confidence in the Pakistani establishment could be misplaced. Many geopolitical analysts believe that this agreement doesn't mean that Saudi Arabia would go to war with India for Pakistan. The reality on ground is very different, and so is the timing of the announcement. Wary of the optics surrounding this pact, Saudi Arabia, in fact, was quick to delink it from its ties with India, which it said were more robust than ever in the recent years. Saudi Arabia has tried to position itself as a balance between India and Pakistan. Under Narendra Modi's prime ministership, bilateral engagement between New Delhi and Riyadh have been seen steady progress. Saudi Arabia has strongly condemned the terror attack in Pahalgam during Prime Minister Modi's state visit to Riyadh in April this year. Economic ties too between the two countries have been strengthened. India is now the second largest trading partner for Saudi Arabia, and Riyadh is New Delhi's fourth largest. In the financial year of 2024-25, bilateral trade stood at $41.88 billion. On the other hand, the trade between Pakistan and Saudi Arabia is barely $3 to $4 billion. India also imports 18 to 20% of its crude oil from Saudi Arabia. It's unlikely that Saudi will jeopardize that maths and lose a big market like India. While Islamabad likely sees this pact as a strategic deterrence against India, the timing of the agreement appears to be more of a signal to Netanyahu. Israel, which is Middle East's only acknowledged nuclear power, launched a military offensive on Hamas in Doha just a few days ago. And now, with a nuclear-armed Pakistan in Saudi's corner, it does arm regional powers in West Asia. A deal between Saudi Arabia and Pakistan, the only Islamic nation with nukes, carries symbolic weight. Even if the message is not explicit, it creates a psychological deterrence for Saudi against Israel and Iran alike. For them, it's a message that says, we may not have a bomb, but my friend does. It also shows that Riyadh is hedging and not moving fully into a US-Israel security orbit.
Been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing.